I'm in Vegas. All right. I'm in Vegas and I'm meeting with somebody, a couple of us, rich guy. Rich people party different. I ain't gonna lie. Rich people, they party different. So, rich dude. And he's like, hey, Croc, Tom Brady to the Niners. They're doing everything they can. I'm not gonna say who he is. I'm not gonna say how he knows any of this or anything like that because I don't want stuff to get out or whatever. But Croc, Tom Brady to the 49ers. Uh, they're going all in on doing it. Now, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, how reliable. From what he said, it sounds very reliable. But I don't know. I'm not one, y'all know me. I ain't no source person. I'm not no breaking news person. I'm not any of that. I just give my thoughts. But obviously, when you hear something like this from someone who feels very strong about his source, uh, your mind starts to spin a little bit. The wheels start spinning. And he said that 49ers want to go all in on it. So I'm thinking about it, but not really thinking about it. Obviously, first person I do, I text I text Peacock. Hey Peacock, man. Ooh, this is what I'm being told. And after that, I didn't really think about it too much. Partied in Vegas. Uh, we got kicked out the we got kicked out the bar because of me. But anyways, partied in Vegas, all that good stuff. Then I'm on my drive home. And I'm like, you know what? Let me listen to Matt Mayoko or something. It was late when I got into Arkansas. I got an hour and some change drive home. Let me listen to Matt Mayoko. So I put on Mayoko. And he's talking about it. He's talking about Tom Brady potentially to the 49ers. Now, here's some interesting things that Mayoko brought up. Him and Laura Brett on their show. Tom Brady did not retire. Did y'all did y'all know that? Tom Brady, he didn't retire. Matter of fact, which I never really thought about this, but if you look at uh, everything that he did or said, the words retire never came out of his mouth. Again, this is Matt Melko saying this. All he did was say a goodbye to Tampa. He did not retire. In fact, again, if you look at anything that he said, anything he said on podcast, like the words retire have never come out of his mouth. I didn't realize that. Tameoko was saying it. And it sounds like now that there was just a little bit of issues or whatever, the relationship between Brady and Arians has kind of soured a little bit. And he just split. I'm out. I'm not dealing with this stuff. So that made things, once I heard it from that perspective, from Matt Mayoko, I'm like, damn, he ain't retired. It almost felt like Michael Myers. I don't know. I don't want to be a spoiler. So if you haven't seen the latest Halloween movie, cover your ears or la 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 la, do that. But at the end of the movie, like they kill Michael Myers. Like he's dead, right? And they're having a good, oh yeah, we killed this big motherfucker, all that. And then next thing you know, he pops up. He ain't dead. Then he just kills everybody. Yeah, yeah. And I feel like that's Tom Brady right now. That's Tom Brady right now. Tom Brady, it was like he retired. He's done. And then you hear what I heard. He never retired. He just stepped away from Tampa. Hey, maybe my decision might change in 6 months. His decision of what? Because he didn't retire. He didn't retire. So that was interesting to hear that perspective. So if Tom Brady did not retire, and what my guy in Vegas told me, if that is true, I think there is a strong chance that Tom Brady is a 49er. Strong chance. I think there's a strong chance. If all those things align, I think there's a strong chance that he's a 49er. Now, I'll give my thoughts on it. My thoughts on Tom Brady being a 49er, my thoughts on what it means for Trey Lance, all those things. All right. My first thought is I don't want Tom Brady. That's not very I feel like that's not very logical though, right? Like Tom Brady, if you insert Tom Brady into this team somehow, some way, like he's a you're probably winning the Super Bowl. You're favorites, that's for sure. You're favorites to win the Super Bowl. Now I see some people say, yeah, you gotta go get him, right? This isn't like he's a free agent or something like that. So the 49ers would have to trade for Tom Brady. But hypothetically speaking, they trade for Tom Brady. However that looks like, whatever, and they make it happen. Right? They trade for a 45-year-old quarterback. It's probably come off one of his best years ever. But 45-year-old, they trade for him. He doesn't want to be there. They do him a solid, and they're like, all right, like, just go ahead. Go. Okay. We'll just take a future first and a third or something. I don't know what it would take to get him to play with you for a year. But hypothetically speaking, they trade for him. Maybe he doesn't want a ton of money. So there's that aspect to it. Obviously, the salary cap is a real thing. You can maneuver it however you want to get guys that you want, but you can make it. You can make it happen. All right. So again, for me personally, my initial thought is no, Tom Brady. Now you can't say that, right? I mean, we're talking about somebody who is really the greatest quarterback of all time. Instantly makes the 49ers the favorites to win the Super Bowl. This is a Super Bowl ready roster right now, whatever that means. And they want to go all in. But and so I'd be foolish to say like, oh, I don't want him. So I guess I am being foolish.